pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Janet, clear the roll call, please.
Mrs. Boyce?
Here.
Mr. Bobo?
Here.
Mrs. Burns?
Here.
Mrs. Delaney?
Here.
Mrs. McBride?
Here.
Ms. Mungo? Here. Mr. Ritter?
Here.
Dr. Singh?
Yeah.
Mrs. Warning?
Here. We have no presentations this evening, correct? And no comments from residents?
It's not a resident.
Yeah, right. Any board member discussion items? Dr. Rossi?
All right, we'll turn it over to Mike, financial reports.
Thanks, Dr. Rossi. I have 4.1 listed bills for December of 2024.
So
We have a
moved.
motion.
Need a motion for that?
I said so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I have to roll call.
All that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Janet, roll call.
Anytime you spend money, roll call.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Bobo?
Aye.
Mrs. Burns?
Aye.
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Mrs. McBride?
Aye.
Ms. Mungo?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye. Personnel.
I'll take personnel. We have employment under 5.1, resignations of 5.2, 5.3 is transfers. We have 5 volunteers under 5.4, and 5.5, we have approved the terms of the agreement between the Gateway School District and the Gateway Teachers Association, and approved the amended Act 83 agreement.
So moved.
Do a roll call because we're spending money, right? We have a roll call on this, please.
Mrs. Burns?
Aye.
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Mrs. McBride?
Aye.
Ms. Mungo?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye.
Mr. Bobo?
Aye.
You're right, we got Dr. Chaky and then Mr. Zarellis.
Thank you, Dr. Rossi. Item 6.1, approval to amend the 24-25 school calendar.
Item 6.2, we have 2 conferences as listed. Item 6.3, approve the partnership curriculum resources from Junior Achievement. And item 6.4, approve the display of new policy 718.1 therapy dogs in school.
Second. Does anybody have any questions?
One question, that therapy dog, is there like a template one out there already, like we can base it on or an example? Okay.
Yep, we had several from, PSBA? Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
And then obviously with the change in the school calendar, since people don't pay that much attention to the school calendar at times, I assume we're gonna over communicate that change
Jeremy's coming tomorrow morning, and we're
and probably
Tomorrow.
like every week in
Yes.
May for 3 weeks before.
Before
I swear every time there's a day off, there's some Facebook chatter about the kids have school today. They don't have school today. They have school today.
No one told me they didn't have
And
school.
election day is late next year, isn't it? We, because it's
You mean in
late.
November?
It moved.
In May.
May could be late. November's always the second.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
now the,
it moved to the end of
it's
May.
down to the end of May, so that's the reason for
Usually
the
it's on the
change.
18th.
Yeah.
Is there a way, Janet, you did that marquee out here, correct? Can they like update the stuff at Gateway Middle? I know they have things at times, but not all the time.
the Gateway Middle. He was working through some things with that
Okay.
marquee, but yeah, we could
Okay.
look into that. Yeah.
We have a motion, just do an all in favor.
So moved.
We did that. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Okay, Mike?
Thanks, Dr. Rossi. Item 7.1, approve sports floors to replace the floor at the dance studio at the Gateway High School in the amount of $26,875. Item 7.2, approve the agreement with Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank for the Child Nutrition Program effective January 1, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. Item 7.3, approve the Kids of Steel Transportation Grant in the amount of $500 to the University Park Elementary School. Item 7.4, approve the following booster groups for winter sports as listed. And item 7.5, approve Strongland Roofing for the roof project at University Park in the amount of $1,298,920 per CoStar's bidding.
So moved.
Second.
Anybody have any questions?
I do. The floor at the dance studio, is the whole floor going to be replaced? Thank you.
No, we're going to replace the area that was dug up. If any of you have been in there, we're concrete to grade. We're going to install wooden floor to continue it over to the part that needs done. And then we're going to strip down the entire floor and re-top coat everything so it all looks the same.
Okay. Thank you.
And that that is inclusive of all of that, basically, or is that just, that's what I
inclusive
thought
of
you had
everything.
said, right? Okay.
And the roof, it is my understanding that previous to your employment, we were having this conversation about the University Park roof. So what have you observed or seen that we are to this point?
But what we got in the study when we went up and examined the roofs is first we prioritized the roofs in order of importance. What we've seen at the university roof is that under the roof layers is a foam layer. And that's basically for directional to keep water going to drains, and it's a very dense foam layer. The foam is full of water. So no matter what roof we would end up putting on there, if we just top it off, we're going to wind up like Sunrise wound up
Thank you.
with the problems. So we need to take it down to the metal deck plate. So we're basically taking the entire roof off of the building and going down the deck plate and rebuilding back up. And the roof comes with a 30-year warranty, and it's a roof that they've always put on schools until new roofing designs have come up, but none of them have ever endured like the layered roof.
Okay, so the frame underneath the current roof and everything, all of that, as everybody can see, is intact. So it's just the
As
layers.
much as we can see, we did core samples on the roof because we wanted to make sure, one, there was no asbestos up there. We wanted to see how deep the foam was saturated, which it was all the way to the deck plate. We won't actually see the deck plate till we pull it up. Because of the type of metal, we don't foresee any problems. But there could be. We don't know how long that's been wet like that. I mean, the short time that I've been here, it's been an issue. And it's time to actually take it all the way down and rebuild it back up. And then we don't pay for anything for 30 years on that roof.
And when is this project due to start?
If it's approved tonight, I will have it on the schedule and materials purchased and put in the yard of the roofer. The day after the teachers leave, we will start the roof project, and we're estimating to be done before the end of July.
Oh, okay.
2 months.
A little, yeah, give or take.
Now, the day,
That depends on rain. If we have a lot of rain in the summer, it may push it out a little further, but we will be done before school starts.
And they're okay with that timeline,
They're perfectly okay with that.
with that schedule?
They wrote the timeline, actually.
Oh, okay, all right.
So-
Perfect.
Do you anticipate any more issues beyond what we have a bid for as far as costs, any additional costs?
I do not, unless we would pull the roof up and the deck plate is so deteriorated that it has holes through it that we have to address. I don't think we're there.
Okay.
I can't check it because the inside ceilings are like this. Normally you can pop the
right.
tiles and
Yeah,
take a
you
look,
can't.
and I can't. So
Yeah.
with the core samples we took, the roof was solid where we took the samples.
Okay.
So we're not anticipating any more problems, but we just won't know until we get it all off.
Because I know we don't like change orders. We've seen enough of those.
so,
Question
go ahead.
for Bruce and Mike Zarellis to comment on. I bought a shop broom, a push broom from Heckinger's, and I had a 5-year warranty, and Heckinger's went out of business about 2 years after that. So I spent all that money on a long warranty, and it didn't help me. So here, we've got a Strongland Roofing,
The roofing material is, the roofing,
lifetime?
the roofing company who's
30 years.
30
30
years.
years.
All right, so I don't understand that. If
Okay,
the company goes out of business
The
and,
company who is writing the warranty is Garland Roofing. They've been around for probably close to 100 years. There's no foreseen of them going out of business. Is it possible? Yes, anything's
so
possible.
that's why I'm asking from a legal perspective and a financial perspective, is it worth it to try to get, could we try to get a 15-year warranty and get a price reduction or go with the 30 and
I would stick with what the company
offers?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what we're paying. So we could get a cheaper roof for maybe 300,000 or 400,000. It's not going to last that long. This is the goal, to put this roof on one and done and do it right and be done with it.
And I like that.
Yeah.
That's all, go ahead.
I think you had indicated that what we used to do is patch jobs. And now when we do a job, you want to do it with some life to it and do
Right.
it correctly instead of, because with every roof, you see things, well, you can put a spray on it and whatever, but you want it done the right way.
Especially flat roofs.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah, and
really.
they've been patched for so long, it's
Right.
just time.
Just to be fair, you're suggesting that till now, all that's been done are patch jobs, and now we're gonna do things the right way. That's not completely accurate. First of all, the jobs that were done were based on budgets and based on time frames and a whole bunch of other things. Of course, we always wanna do things
Right.
the best way possible. The finances don't always line up. The time frames don't always line up, so this is the right thing to do, but
Right.
we've always put Band-Aids on things till now.
Well, sometimes we
That's a big
have,
Sometimes it's different than always.
Right.
right,
That's all.
right.
And you're absolutely correct, sometimes you have to.
There will be a time coming up where
There-
we will put a Band-Aid on something,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's the best thing to do at that moment.
You're absolutely
That's
right,
all.
because you're going to do so much in a year.
My push burner, exactly.
I just have one more
John, let me
question.
rephrase that for you. I'm just kidding.
Check. The deck plates, are they all one piece, or if there's one that's compromised, can you,
Replace the wall.
so I don't know anything about it, so I'm literally, they're just,
Yeah,
okay.
they're usually, 4 foot by 3.5 to 4 foot sheets of metal that are rippled and they interlock. They're layered across the roof.
Okay, so if something's compromised,
Maybe one or two.
okay, all right.
One other question, the drains that are going to be put in, how many will there be compared to what's there now?
The drains aren't going to change that dramatically.
Okay.
We're not going to come down through the building because that removes cutting into classrooms in order to do that. But we have addressed, as part of this, one of my biggest addressing was putting the foam to where the water actually runs to the drain. So we don't have the pooling and the puddling that we do on the roofs, existing. Now, over 10, 15, 20 years, you will get areas that will settle a little bit. You will get some puddling and ponding. But that was one of the biggest things I stressed when we were walking the roofs and talking, that I don't want puddles and ponding.
Okay. That's why I just want, since you mentioned Sunrise, this is what we had run into. That's why I just brought it up and asked. Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions for John about the roof for the dance studio?
Will the dance studio be done before the play?
The dance studio, I actually thought the board meeting was last Monday, and he was going to start this Monday. So I don't know if they're going to work over Christmas, but I'm hoping we're going to start the first week of January. Because of the location in the school, we can't do it during school hours. So as soon as I can get them in here, we're going to
Okay.
do it, but I won't know that till I call him and say, get the materials and come on in.
Right.
Was it 1 or 2 weeks to do the project?
It's probably going to be 2 weeks with the finish. It's probably 1 week to get everything down and cleaned up. Then once we put the finish down, it's at least 7 to 10 days that it needs to cure before we start doing stuff on it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it okay to ask, since he's here, and you probably want to leave, another building and,
Well, we got to do this.
we want to vote on this first, and I can ask him
Yeah.
later. I just want to make sure he wasn't leaving.
Can we have a roll call on this, please? Thank you.
We get a motion, we did.
We did, and then we went to question.
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Mrs. McBride?
Aye.
Ms. Mungo?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye.
Mr. Bova?
Aye.
Mrs. Burns?
Aye.
Okay. We have no board member resolutions, no residents to comment. And do we have any administrative reports this evening?
Yep, just want to wish everyone a happy and healthy holiday season. We'll see you in the new year.
Great, thank you. Does any board members have any committees or reports?
Can I ask him a question now?
Committee.
It's my committee.
It's your committee.
It's my committee at the moment. John, when we do walkthroughs, we just did Evergreen, and the HVAC, I mean, it is winter. I know there's some glitches with the system. There's some, I don't know if it's thermostat. I know there's some old thermostats, or what the problem is. There's inconsistencies. Some rooms are hot, some are cold. Did we get that straightened out for the winter?
What we're doing to address that there, University Park and at the middle school, next week the contractors are coming in because we do not have kids.
Right.
And they're gonna spend a couple days here solving all the problems. We have the list, they have the list. They're gonna come in and hopefully we'll have all the problems solved.
It is that the units are too big for the building, or what is it a thermostat? Because there's old thermostats and new thermostats. So is it a combination of things? Because
The only old thermostat should be left for the units that we did not replace, such as the all-purpose room. We didn't replace those units. That thermostat's going to be the same thermostat that was there. In every room, there was a new thermostat put in. We've had some issues with them, which they're going to fix
right.
when the kids aren't here this week. They're working through the issues to get them completed. They're not ignoring us. The problem is they need to come in and spend time cycling them, fixing them, and cycling them and cycling them. You know, we did that the other day with the lighting over at the middle school, where we were having trouble with the timing in the computer part of it. And then we had 3 guys there almost 8 hours solving the problem, but we solved it. That's something we can do because that was outside lighting without the kids being, with the kids being there. But what we need to do is they're gonna have to go into the units themselves. So it's very hard to do that when the kids are in the room because we don't want to disrupt. That's why I scheduled it all for over the break.
For over the break. And that's including not only the heat variation, but the noise. Some of the classrooms, it's sort of noisy.
They are aware of the noise.
They're aware of that.
The one issue we're running into, and hopefully this will all be solved, is the units are so brand new that there's no parts in the part streams. Like, we can't go get parts for them. We have to order them and have to make them. So that'll be easier for us to get things as we go forward. But as of now, they're making parts as we need them.
Okay, good. One last question.
Okay.
Dishwasher. Anything else? Are we good?
The dishwasher has been ordered. The expected delivery date is January 20th. We have a break the 23rd. What's that Monday for President's Day? Martin Luther King Day. I'm sorry.
Martin Luther King Day is 20th.
It's 20th.
It is a 20, yeah.
Okay, I thought we had 2 days off in January.
There's a clerical day.
The Friday before.
Yeah.
What we're planning to do is the day before,
It's a Friday,
a
Monday.
day off.
Yeah.
We're gonna come in, get the old machine out, get it moved over to this building for storage till that's all settled. Prep the area, move everything that needs to be moved. Then the next day, when no one's here, they're gonna come in and install the machine, get everything back in order, test run it, make sure it's running properly, and this way, when they come back to school, they have a clean area and it doesn't disrupt anything,
Okay, great,
okay?
great. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Adjourn.